I'd like to call this meeting of the Daly City Small Business Commission to order. Today's date is June 12th, and the time is 7:01. Let's start with a roll call to confirm attendance. We're gonna pause just for a second.
Sorry, I don't know where my mic went.
Oh, wow. That's the other button right there.
There you go.
Commissioner Miko Jen? Here. Vice Chair Peña Serrada?
Present.
Chair Emerald Rodwan?
Present. All right. We'll stand up and pledge allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. The April 10th meeting minutes have been distributed. If you can just review those and get a motion to pass. Next one. Yeah.
Motion?
All right, I got to move. No, yeah.
Motion?
Second?
I second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Aye.
All right, next up on the agenda, we have a presentation, or actually a staff report, the Bay Area Small Business Procurement Summit, and the event summary.
Yes, so I attended the Bay Area Small Business Procurement Summit, which was great, Redwood City, Sobrato Community Center. I just wanted to give a event summary on that. The recommendation is that you approve the event, accept the event summary. So there were 3 panel discussions, one about state procurement, the other more local government and utilities, and then the last one was private sector opportunities, so like Kaiser and things like that. And there was also a resource fair with a lot of different people, including SFPUC, Caltrans, High Speed Rail, PG&E, Kaiser, and other institutions, financial institutions. So my key themes and takeaways from this procurement summit was that procurement is a very effective pathway for our small business owners and for their growth. But a lot of our businesses don't understand or lack the preparation to navigate the lengthy and technical application processes of getting procurement contracts, specifically government procurement contracts, right? And that there are active agencies seeking small business participation, but they face kind of outreach and capacity issues. So I just wanted to go over really quick definition-wise, because this is going to go into our other presentation about how we bring this localized. So there are several different certifications that a lot of agencies require for businesses. So the first one being Disadvantaged Business Enterprise, DBE, which is a federal certification. And a lot of state agencies like DOT funded projects require that you have a DBE designation to prioritize you. The next is MBE, which is Minority Business Enterprise. It's a broader certification, and there's a lot of different agencies that recognize it, federal, state, and local. It's just that 51% of your business has to be owned and operated by individuals from recognized minority groups. And then it goes down from there in terms of priority for a lot of these state agencies: WBE, which is Women Business Enterprise; SBE, Small Business Enterprise. And then one that's actually a major priority is the veteran-owned, disabled veteran-owned small businesses. So not just veteran-owned, but they have to be disabled veterans, designated disabled by the state. The other essential tools for businesses seeking to contract with government agencies is, quote unquote, the capabilities statement. This document is typically a page or two at best that gives an overview of what the business is, its competencies, past performances, certifications, and things like that. And for procurement, a lot of these state agencies, including private ones, require a capability statement. And there is a nonprofit available to our small businesses called the APEX, APEX Accelerator, and they can be reached at www.apexnorcal.org. And they literally hold your hand. They hold the business owner's hand with getting these certifications to be ready to answer the RFPs or requests for proposals from these government agencies to do the procurement. And they will help you with A to Z, whatever it is, your capability statement, getting your certifications, your WBE, your MBE, whatever it is that they require. They will hold your hand through everything. And it's all free for the business. So that is a major resource for us. Basically, in conclusion, the Procurement Summit highlighted the continued demand and opportunity for our small businesses to engage with government and institutional contracting, which is everything that this commission has been speaking about so far, and how we as a commission can support that economic equity, local entrepreneurship, and broader goals of inclusive economic development. So staff is available if you need any other additional information, but I did want to go over a lot of the handouts. So this is available to the public in our agenda packet, as well as on these slides right here. This is SFOs. So these are current RFPs that are out. They are waiting. These are $4 million contracts, $13 million contracts, and they can be everything from big builds to concessions, right? So even if you're some coffee shop owner, you can still be a part of these major procurement contracts, right? So this is for construction and trade, this first one with SFO. And then, you can go over from there what is requested. And then there's a concessions one after for SFO. So all the RFPs that they have, some of them are TBD, but a lot of them have actual dates where they are going to be issued. Some of them are reissues, meaning people didn't answer them. So there's still opportunity there. And then, again, with the SFO, this is Park and Rec. So this is state Park and Rec opportunities for disability veteran certifications. And then HSR, which is our state high-speed rail, how to register with them with QR codes. And Caltrans, Department of Transportation, the State Department of Transportation, with a QR code on what opportunities there are for contractors. Even our California Department of General Services has a lot of RFPs out with their contact information, their due dates, how much the contract estimate is. So, I mean, even, IT goods and services, right? These are multi-million-dollar contracts. Again, they're stating that they are prioritizing the certified ones, again, MBE, WE, and the disabled veteran certifications, and what procurements are necessary. And then you should have, I don't know if it's in, what happened? Okay, that's it. You should have an extra brochure in your packet as well. It was folded in half, but it's a pretty big brochure for other opportunities with the state. Let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Mabel. This is extraordinarily helpful. I'm curious, in terms of the Apex Accelerator NorCal, can you tell us a little bit more about that organization? And did they, I think my main question, of course, as a person who also owns a Daly City business, this is literally open to anyone who runs a business. And they can kind of walk you through the procurement. Is it specific to any kind of procurement process? Like, is it the state, federal, local?
It's really anybody, anyone in government contracting. So
Okay.
they don't deal with private, but they can. Sorry, I didn't realize my mic was off. But yes, to answer your question, they deal primarily with government contracting. But with that said, your capability statement, which is kind of your overall like general profile, can be utilized for any contracting services. So private, institutional, anything like that, they do often require a capability statement so that they can whittle through everyone very quickly. Can you meet the requirements that the RFP asks for? If not, then you get put aside. But Apex will definitely help you out with that, and it can help for both private and public contracts.
Yeah, this is great. I would love to figure out, I know this is a public meeting and that, this is available to everyone. But getting a resource out like this to the community would be amazing. So I'll have to give some thought on that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Commissioners, any questions or comments?
So, like, as the commissioner, we will see the fires, but those is like the public on the maps on the like online, right?
This
So
whole,
everybody can see it online, order like the information like this, right?
yes.
Okay.
It's on Channel 27 right now, live. It will be evergreen on YouTube, so they will see this. And also, you can download it from dalycity.org under our agenda packet.
Because maybe not like all, a lot of the business owner know that. I think like most people don't know they have those stuff. So I think like how we can make it like let more the small business, the people, the owners know that is like that is the important. I think, like only us is like not that much people. I want more people to like ask about that. So maybe they want to get the information easy. So it's good for them, I think.
What are you suggesting, Commissioner Miko?
Yeah, so I mean, I think what I'm hearing Commissioner Miko say is that we'd like to share this more widely, and whether
more
that's through
widely.
either social media or to other channels.
Absolutely. So what I'm hearing is that you want the city to cross promote these outside opportunities somewhere
Yes, like we
visible.
like some have the fires to give it to the post to the like the business the owner or give it to them so you guys can take a look at because sometimes the business owners kind of busy to check it, but if you like mail it to them, so maybe they can receive it. So it's maybe a good idea to let them know about it.
Are you recommending a physical mailer or a newsletter, e-newsletter?
Like letter for me it's like maybe by Gmail is okay too, or by the like by the regular mail is okay too, because sometimes I receive the mail from the city too, from the Daly City. So any like event or something we will receive it, so we see it, so it will be better to know I think when I receive it, so I receive the flyers or from the letter or from my email. So I will I will check it. Oh, I have those information. Like this is a good opportunity to maybe extend your business. It's like that.
Absolutely. And I agree with you, Commissioner Jean. So if we could, a e-newsletter would be ideal, or some kind of social media blast, or even putting it on our website. Yes? Okay.
Commissioner.
Great
Yeah.
ideas. Thank you.
I think, number one, yes, I agree. How do we get this information out to small businesses? I mean, if you look for it, you'll find it, right? But a lot of the small businesses, I'm just going to speak, of our community, they would probably wonder first and foremost, are they even qualified to do it or to bid for it, right? So if we want to really open up this opportunities to everyone, and I'm sure there's a program such as the Apex Accelerator NorCal where they would educate small businesses to how this whole process work and how to get certified, because you probably have to get certified first. So if we are able to educate them and say, listen, there's these opportunities, multi-million-dollar contracts, but you have to be certified first. Go to this group right here, go through the process, get educated on how to get it done. And like you said earlier, Dell will walk you through the whole thing from A to Z. I think if we start there, that would help out a lot.
I have one more question for staff. So similar to how like we're looking at the Department of General Services or the SFO list, does Daly City have access online for folks to see what RFPs are available in general, or is that something that's not currently available?
Specifically,
So just like this list here, right? So this is from SFO, and it gives us a breakdown of like the RFPs, concession types, requirements, expiration dates. Do we have that in the city at this point?
for city contracts?
Correct, yeah.
No.
Okay. So I think that might be something we can also explore in terms of like what stuff is available for procurement, and then somehow let the powers that be know that we would love as a small business community to make that available publicly, similar to like San Francisco or any of these other.
That's the next agenda item.
Oh, hey, okay. Well, yeah, if there's no more questions, we'll dive into the next agenda item.
Was there any more specifically for this item, though?
No, I mean, super helpful, and really looking forward to learning more about Apex Accelerator NorCal. I mean, I've gone through these certifications with other cities, and it's a pain.
Yeah.
So having a resource available to kind of go through that is amazing in itself. So thank you.
Absolutely.
I want
Thank
to
you.
add one question. I'm assuming they do, but does Apex NorCal hold workshops, or can they hold workshops?
You mean like events for people to gather at?
Sure, whether it's online or in person, and an introduction to the process.
Absolutely. They
Yeah.
do. They have
Okay.
workshops, webinars, trainings. You can sign up on their website. They do have a lot coming up, actually. June 17, direct access program, visual business opportunity session. So at least that's virtual. It's learning how to do business with the USPS specifically. That's on June 17. So yeah, if you just look up their website, apexnorcal.org, they'll let you know of all the different workshops, webinars, informationals. July 17 is a good one. How to do business with the government. Basics of selling your product or service to government agencies. So if we're starting at the very, very beginning for a lot of these people, I think that's a great resource even if you're in the middle of your process, still a great resource for you to get you to the finish line.
Thank you. All right. Next up on the agenda is discussion items and other staff report, advancing inclusive and local procurement ordinance amendments discussion.
So this is in particular to us as the city of Daly City. Staff is recommending that you approve an introduction to an ordinance amendment. It's Daly City Muni Code, Chapter 3.12, to establish formal policies that encourage participation by disadvantaged business enterprise, DBE, minority business enterprise, MBE, WE, women business enterprise, and DVBE, disabled veteran business enterprises. In the city's procurement process. So a little bit of background about our current ordinance, chapter 3.12 in our municipal code and our procurement process. We do give bid preference, but only when the bidders are equal do we choose local. So if the bidder is local but not equal in price, we do not go with them. We go with whoever is lowest, takes precedent. Again, current ordinance. There are some exclusions, like professional services is a little bit different. But other than that, we don't have a formal recognition of different certifications. We don't have a definition of what even a local vendor means, right? What does local even mean to us? Is it Colma, North County, or is it only Daly City proper with a valid business license? We don't have a scoring matrix, which is what we're charging you guys with, is to develop that, which is what we're going to go over. And the potential scoring matrix could award, depending on what you guys decide, preferential points to these bids to certify the diversity and locality of our vendors. The proposal is that they are within 10% of the lowest bid, which still keeps them as a priority. So in other words, if they're 25% over the lowest bid, they're already disqualified, even if they are local. And then, outreach, making sure that the city is conducting the outreach that is more equitable. And then any kind of annual reporting. So the fiscal impact there wouldn't be a direct one associated with this ordinance change, but implementation of outreach and monitoring may be absorbed with existing staff time and department resources. So conclusion, we propose amendments that will bring Daly City's procurement policies in line with the modern best practices for inclusion and equity while continuing to support the local business community. And as an attachment to the staff report, you will see a sample of a scoring matrix. And again, that's what this discussion is for, is to figure out what that scoring matrix will look like. And again, you don't have to decide anything today or anything like that, but definitely this is a forum for you to discuss it, come up with whatever your ideas are, and then I present this to council to make that ordinance change. So we are changing muni codes and policies to be more inclusive and equitable. So the discussion is up to you, and staff is here in case the chair, vice chair, and commissioner have any questions.
Where can we actually see the ordinance change, or like the language in that?
That will be with the city attorney once we get to proposing to council.
To council, okay.
Yeah, so you guys are creating
So we're able to, okay.
the framework, if you will. Verbiage and language will be created in the city attorney's office.
Yeah, thank you. Commissioners, any questions or feedback on that?
I am for creating opportunities for a better inclusive bidding process, I guess you could say, for RFPs. It's the thought of it kind of surrounds with the whole who the lowest bid is tends to win. But not sure if that would be the best vendor. So, I mean, I think that needs to have some kind of consideration. Yeah, they're the cheapest, but are they using let's say, for example, the cheapest materials that may not last, or they're not paying their people properly? I mean, those things should be considered. And the fact that it's just because the lowest bid wins, I don't think it's really fair or the best approach. But I understand we have budgets and whatnot, and we are using the taxpayers' money. So, but that's something I think I want to put out there. And I know there's obviously a lot more discussion that needs to be included with this topic, but I'm for creating this opportunity. So,
And I was just gonna say, I think on that line, I think at least compared to current, there's that 10% sort of like buffer.
buffer.
That's being proposed here.
Yeah, that's up for discussion with you guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, that's good.
Yeah, it's a good start.
There's that buffer. So, or maybe an opportunity for whoever's bidding that's coming to into this space where maybe they could counterbid. I don't know.
Yeah.
Is that what you want to propose, though? 10%? Is 10?
Well, I mean, I was just reading through the staff report, the 10%. I before I make my comments, I just want to see if Commissioner Miko has any additional comments or questions.
For me, I think so. My question is like when the people applied it, so it's easy to apply, or it's like they need to. My point is one, they have the people to tell them how to apply it, but most people like me, maybe the English not the first language. When we are applying, maybe we are kind of difficult. So yeah, maybe more language like for the fire. So let them to know that for the application. So maybe that will be help too.
Thank you. I think that's a great point. Yeah, I mean, at this point, and I see like the recommendation for us right now is to approve to introduce an ordinance amending. What I would like to do is to take this and not necessarily sit on this, but I want to be more informed before I'm ready to make some recommendations right now. But I think this is a great opportunity for us to to get Daly City up to date in terms of like the overall procurement process in general. So I would recommend that we take this back and review it, and then have another discussion at our next meeting with some solid recommendations.
Whatever the will is of the commission.
Just want to
these
make
are all
sure
good
we have
points.
consensus on that.
I agree.
You're good with that?
I agree. Yeah.
Great, yeah.
To table the discussion based on more reading on the commissioner's part and ability to make recommendations.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. Do you guys want to discuss more or have any other questions?
Not at this point. I mean, I think there may be some discussion related to that around like the last conversation we had around procurement. I know that there was a task force that was being formed, and I know that there's some changes around that. So I just want to make sure everyone was on the same page about some of those changes, and I don't know if that should happen at this current discussion, or should that be later in the agenda?
I'm not sure
Okay.
where the interest is for the task force. One has not been created. It was discussed that there should be one created, but I'm not totally sure if that is still the will of the city, because there's only a couple of departments that do most of the procurement, mainly PD, fire, public works. So to create a task force with like all the department heads and everything like that, it might not be the most ideal use of their time. So I think it was going to be a lot more, because creating a task force is very broad, as opposed to just contacting, department heads directly. Like, you do a lot of these procurements. Let's figure out how to make this more equitable. So I think it was more, the interest is now more targeted versus how do we tackle this on a broad basis citywide. That's why the task force verbiage was out there at first, but I think we're being a lot more focused in our efforts so that we don't involve a lot of people that don't necessarily need to be. If they do like one or two procurement contracts every year or so, they don't really need to be a part of the process, as opposed to departments that are constantly doing procurement contracts.
Okay.
And multi-million-dollar ones too at that. So yeah, it's better that we focus more closely with those departments than it is to be citywide. Although obviously any ordinance changes or policy changes will affect the entire city. It's just more, can we concentrate our efforts with the people that are doing the most procurement? I think it was more of the interest on
Okay.
approach.
Well, I appreciate that update.
Sorry.
No, no worries. In terms of but in terms of like these sort of recommendations right now, these would still be citywide. It's not just for those departments in general. So whether
Yeah.
it's $1 million contract or it's we need to buy lunch for some event.
Exactly.
Okay.
Unless it specifically states it in the amendments, all, changes to any of our ordinances, our municipal code is citywide. It affects the entire city.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
That's very helpful.
So for example, again, there might be some regular purchasing that we just need, day-to-day thing versus a larger contract, right? So if we, like this ordinance that we will amend, we can state that, based off of the amount of the contract, this will apply to that. Like a minimum, say, all right, it's a $1 million contract. So this type of procurement scoring will apply to that versus we just need to buy paper towel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
When it comes to things like that, yes. Especially if we already have contracts out,
Sure.
we're not going back out to procure toilet paper or
Right,
whatever
right.
it is, right? That's our contract.
Sure.
A lot of them are multi-year contracts as well, so we have to honor that. But so are you suggesting there be a amount threshold before these policy changes kick in?
I mean, that's the things that I want to maybe discuss a little bit, right? Because does it make sense? Like, all right, we are, like, let's say a department is already contracted with a certain group, and the amount is only $10,000. And does it require for them to have this as an open bid when we just need to get something done? You understand what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying. Yes, there is a maximum that city staff and our city management can have privy over going out.
Got it.
If that's what you mean.
Okay. Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Thank
We
you
do
for-
have a threshold.
Okay.
It might have changed because of COLA, but I think we're sitting around $100,000.
Okay.
Somewhere abouts before we have
to
to
go
go out.
to
Yes,
RFP.
correct,
Got
correct.
it.
So $3,000, $5,000 catering jobs, no, are not subject to this.
Got it.
Right, I see what you're saying now. But what you guys are deciding is when we go to RFP, how
How it's done.
equitable does that look?
Right.
Yes.
So this sample bid preference scoring matrix, where did this come from? Was that something that was being followed, or this is a process already
So this-
from somewhere?
So this is based on the procurement summit
Oh,
and
got it.
what they prioritized, what certifications they prioritized. And really, DVBE was the most important one. So if you are a disabled vet and you have that enterprise certification, you will be put at the top of most of the lists. DOT, DSG, all of the big state agencies will put you at the very top of the list. At least that's what I learned at the summit, is that's what they prioritize. And then it goes to MBE, WE as kind of like the secondary priority. But so that's what this is based on. However, totally up to you guys what you want to propose to the council. If you want to keep it at this, if you want to say, no, we need to go up 15%, we need to go down 5%, I don't know, where, you know, it's whatever you guys want to propose. This was just kind of a general guideline based on what I learned at the summit.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. And I was just going to say, I think, I mean, this is certainly helpful to see how it's sort of like, or a baseline. Clearly, the one that's missing in here is like the Daly City First sort of thought, meaning like, you know, if it's a small business that's here in Daly City, I would love to see them get some kind of bonus point.
It's not missing, it's the most percentage.
most.
I
Bottom,
didn't see
yeah.
it, oh my
The
God,
sauring
okay.
Yeah.
matrix,
Yeah,
it's
okay,
5%,
okay.
while every other
Okay,
certification.
I thought
Highest
this
one.
was straight from the, like, the general summit as opposed to for,
Oh, no,
for
this is
Daly
this,
City, yeah.
so this staff report is definitely specifically based
For Daly City,
for Daly
okay,
City.
okay,
Yes,
okay,
yes.
all right, thank you.
But it was based on the learnings from
The
the
learnings
procurement
from
summit. However, we do give even more priority to
Daly City
Daly City
businesses, okay, okay,
license
all
holders,
right.
yes.
Commissioner Miko, any final thoughts or questions,
No.
feedback? Okay. All right, thank you so much.
Absolutely, thank you.
Okay, announcements and communications, commissioners? I would love to hear about yesterday's event.
Oh, yes, yes. Wanted to, we had the Passion to Profit Conference, sponsored by Renaissance Daly City. Want to give our economic community development specialist, Maybell Magno, for a fantastic job in creating and administering the event. You did fantastic. It was a great turnout. The food was fantastic, and all the resources, the speakers, and this is annual. This is, I believe, that was the third year. And so, for those that are watching, please support this. This is a great way to really network with the local community, small business owners, entrepreneurs, and the different resources that are available for all of us. And so, yeah, highly recommend for people to come and support this and attend following year. It used to be in like October, November, right? So it was great that it was a good time. So, yeah, please support and come through next year. If you want to be a vendor, there'll be opportunities for people to vend as well. And then maybe we can all get some kind of recognition for being the small business commissioners and just let them know that we are here to as resources for them as well. So this is a good opportunity to network.
Well, definitely want to thank you, Commissioner, for representing. And of course, thank you, Mabel. I did not attend, but I will say that I was, I mean, sadly, I didn't attend, but I'll say that I was really impressed with the outreach that was done throughout the city. Everywhere I would turn, I would see,
Yes.
either a flyer or some communication around it. So I knew it was going to be a great turnout, and I'm glad to hear that it was. Any other announcements or communications, Commissioner Miko?
No.
All right.
She's shy.
Yeah.
I mean, I have my own stuff.
Yeah.
I mean,
By all
I
means.
I would like to. This is a shameless plug of what I do. So, you guys know I have a wellness fitness business company, but we started a movement club. It's called Everyday People Movement Club. You can catch us on Instagram. It's everydaypeople.club on Instagram. Basically, we're creating opportunities for the community to have a resource for health and wellness, fitness, coaches, resources, and just like-minded individuals. No egos involved, no intimidation, because not everybody will want to train at big box gyms or CrossFit studios. They just want to feel unintimidated. So I created this club. So for those of you guys that are interested, in on July 12th, I'm hosting. It's called Crunches and Croissants. So you get to work out with me, and then we'll provide some snacks afterwards. We'll probably use one of the fitness courts in Daly City. We did a walk last week, about a 5-mile walk in Embarcadero, San Francisco, and a brunch. About 50 plus people showed up, and we also had some swag apparel. So I will like to invite you guys to come next time, July 12th. It's going to be a nice little group workout. And the best part is we'll have some croissants afterwards. So that's my shameless plug.
Thank you, Commissioner. I will be there.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. Next on the agenda is public comments. Seeing that we do not have any folks from the public here right now, we will go ahead and adjourn. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.